Hello, I'd like to welcome back to Oceanhorn, monster of the uncharted depths. Today, we're on Sky Island that has way more dramatic music than it needs. Last time we built a blimp, and we went to the outer reaches of space. Or something along those lines. You can pretend that we just went like 5 miles down the road and we found a giant floating city and thought, you know what, that's where I'm gonna spend my vacation. Dun, 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 dun. What's all these ladies? They really like themselves a couple of lady statues. I think it was just called Man on Sky Island. Are you a Skylander? He is. Oink. What? I just walk in and you start selling me stuff? What's wrong with you? Here. Here. How about you think about what you've said to me? I'm just a poor kid. I'm just a poor boy from a poor family. And that's all there is to say about that. Mr. Ludwig. Wonder what he's up to. Too bad nobody can understand the code. That sounds like Apple software to me. Wah wah. Same could be said for Microsoft, but at least Microsoft is, you know, a little more kind as to letting people cheat their software.
So I lived to see the day. The daring youngster with a flying machine.
What do you think about my kilt?
I am Arcadian Grandmaster Ludwig. Welcome to Sky Island.
Why does everyone have a cool kilt except me? I want a cool kilt.
They are all descendants of Arcadians. Triloth, the dark energy of creation, lifted this mass of land and separated us from the surface 1,000 years ago.
I'm totally not the old hermit guy, by the way.
You are seeking the emblem of sun. That reminds me of the old days.
Back when people asked me about that
We
thing.
had a tradition. Every year, a young maiden was chosen to represent Sol, goddess of light.
And then we throw them down the river, which we don't have.
She was given the emblem of sun, and she would give joy to our people.
It's the amulet.
20 years ago, we faced a horrible tragedy. A scholar studying the Arcadian code went mad. He said he had listened to a ghost in the machine that had promised to bring Sky Island back to the ground. All he needed was the emblem of sun. In our despair, we believed the promises.
I didn't think this through! Also, look at my texture mesh is stretching. Not the mesh stretching. No, that's probably why people don't wear skirts in this universe. Only manly kilts!
Nobody knows what happened to her. The emblem of sun was lost ever since.
Like the one on your shield and your sword.
Broken. There's no way to go back to the ground now.
Except, you know, jumping off.
But don't worry. You'll get used to living here after a while.
Just very dry and tasteless. My god, his bangs look like feathers. And he does the same derpy animation. The frick? You can see the panel looks a bit off, but no, that's just the textures. Whoops. Laser and grenades. I mean, this sword? It's not very red, though. You know, this is why people usually don't mess with Magitech. Tends to end up with some bad beans. Nobody likes bad beans. Oh no, it's beans. Welp, I stole your key, so I am out of here. See you later. Well, she either drowned, or she's fine. It's kind of a either or. I wonder what his problem was. I don't know, man. Your problem is that you're shouting a lot. I wanna get that fixed out. You wanna look at that, you know. Poke you in the face. Maybe gotcha. You seem to have too many guts. It's a big problem with the youth these days. They've got too many guts. The healthy person only has 0 guts. That is scientific fact. Wow, I can't believe they actually have a ramp. Why don't they use it? Because it looks bad? Probably because it looks bad. So, if these things, these robot things are just like the heads of things, how's this supposed to work? Start making sense, sir. Getting kind of sick of this hootenanny. I've already made my opinion regarding hootenannies quite clear. Bye-bye, sir. Thanks for the lot of money. Yeah, it's kind of weird that around this part, suddenly lots more money is available to you. I guess that guy at the door is supposed to tell you where to get the key, because we haven't found any clue regarding it so far. Wow, they've never used that one before. Oh man, I remember that this is one of the worst dungeons in the game. I think. These little twerps are giving me like hundreds of coins. My neck. Whew. You know what I like doing every once in a while? Is just shop for some laptops, look at some brand new models on the market, Saw one for 1,400 euros. That's more powerful than this one, which cost me 1,800 a couple of years ago. I might get it upgrade soon. Maybe, nah, maybe not. Probably not. No, I don't need a new one, and it's still pretty expensive. I think it was actually 1,400. You know, you always forget about that one part of every single sign language. Oh, look at me go! I've got a walking animation of a champ. Oh, we gotta blow it up. You blew it. No. Nothing has changed. Except the aeons of time. Prepare to watch this 4 times for no reason. The only reason these blocks are here is so that you have the clue as to what to do. Oh my god, this hurts. Nobody likes seeing the same cutscene 4 different times. Why does the door close? If the puzzle is solved, why not leave it open? You know, are you afraid that I'll push a block through the door? And if that's a big problem, then why not just make it so that I can't push blocks over there? You know? I mean, you've done that before. Man, you people are just... Ugh. This isn't a puzzle, this is just blow a thing up. That's the only reason I did any of this. I'm not just walking sideways. He's like, oh man, I'm on stairs! Gotta be careful around those stairs.
You're right here. Yes, this is the place. You see the machinery up there, up the stairs?
I've never talked to you. Who are you?
Right there.
Oh my god. You know, in most cutscenes, they kind of polish that up. He's just like, oh, it's stolen now. Don't worry about the diesels. It's just stolen now. Wow, I got +5 maximum arrow carry capacity. I'm a friggin' genius! I would have gone there anyway. I've opened a door! The natural inclination of a player who just opened a door is to go through the door he opened. But were you afraid that I was going to go to the overworld that's not accessible to me right now? Because you locked off the overworld. Guy's got a spooky head. Too spoopy for my tastes. Look at that. Look at that. That is what they do to prevent draw distance, just that the things pop into existence. That doesn't work if an object is... Oh, that's so bad, that brick. Hey, Mr. Brick, you look awful. I'm gonna make sure you never have to worry about that again. See, I help bricks out. I don't even know what those beam guys are. Beamos, that's the term. Apparently Kuko is just the name of an actual species, but still. It's a little on the nose. You could at least be, like, spoofy about it. Did anyone bother to update that sign? Warehouse sector. Maintenance sector. Here's a bloodstone, because we couldn't really be bothered with this one. We ran out of time and resources to put it anywhere interesting. That is unnecessarily annoying. Aha! You wish you were hot like me. Don't you wish hot like me? Oh yeah. Don't you wish your pancakes were smooth like me? I ate pancakes just now. They were nice. I don't see what this area is here, or that guy. Neither of them serve any purpose, but... whatever. Oh, I got some random experience for no particular reason. Game was just like, you know what? Here, you deserve it. Yeah, here, it doesn't immediately pop. It's like... it's just... why? Who made this, and why isn't he fired? Let's hit that block. Because one of the blocks is arbitrarily unpushable. Like, my god! That... why? That's neat, but, you know... doesn't actually solve the problem. At least we got some neat music going. It's not bad. I'm not vomiting. That means it's good. It's better than bad. Still love the definition for goodness. Well, if it's better than bad, it's gotta be good. Please maintain the floor. Oh look, there's the clear implication that I need an item. This is not good design. Why let me go somewhere over there so far when I can't go where I'm supposed to go? Progress blockers usually prevent me from going places I'm not ready to go yet, you know? Well, and lurches over and says, you know, I'm done. I'm done. I'm out of here. And he's just out of here. Could not be bothered to sign the RSVP. It's just like, nope. Well, I get this strange, sneaking suspicion something I want's over here, but I don't have the big key yet. I know it's not technically deserved, but I'm still gonna do it. I'm gonna call this part The Whole Game Falls Apart, because technically the game has fallen apart right now. Like, whatever I was willing to forgive is sort of falling apart at the seams right now. You're supposed to jump, you little dip. Best not to move, because you just know what to do when you're moving. Well, I'm gonna go down the stairs. Gonna lower myself into the abyss and see what happens from there. Showroom. AKA, randomly, these things start doing things. Don't ask me how you're supposed to know that. It just suddenly is like, oh, it does a thing now. I'm like, really? Like, you got tubes connecting it, but this hasn't happened. This is, don't worry about it. They do things now. Also, you're gonna have to use a shit ton of bombs, because this part is finicky if you do not know that you're going to roll if you use the boots. Ah, oh, it's so bad. Security is throw a bomb and then swap to a thing. Oh, in a moment we get the worst part of the friggin' dungeon. The part that almost got me to quit, actually. Because it's just that kind of bad. It forces you to fight with Fiddly Phoenix under a time limit. Let me tell you, if you want to make a good Kaizo level, have someone do something finicky and difficult to pull off consistently in a very strict timed environment. And kudos, Moon, you just broke your own game. I forgot, am I supposed to hit this thing? Oh, I remember how I pulled this one off. I cheesed it. You can technically hit that thing from here. The thing is, it doesn't actually accept your input if you don't hit it while not... Like, come on, man! Come on! You're making this hard for no reason! And I'm just gonna wait out the timer now, because, you know... Ugh. It's like, why? And then there's the cutscene every time. It's like, come on, man. I'm very bitter right now. As you can see that it's the unexperienced player. This can be a what just. Fuck it. Title of the video: this game is falling apart at the seams. There is no other way to describe this segment than everything this game aspired to do just stopping to work properly. Can I shoot it with an arrow? If that can be done, then I'm fine with this. No! Oh, man. It's like, if it was anything but this, it would have been fine. But it's such a perfect storm of just terrible, terrible stuff that it... And it's... Oh... Oh! It's like, come on! This isn't fun, or fair, or cute. It's annoying. And now I missed it. Oh! Well, I'm gonna be a big fat puff baby all day. I think I'm gonna have more fun with Drawd, because Drawd is frustrating at some points because it wants you to do some very specific things. At the very least, it has solid mechanics and doesn't have the wibbly whoops going on. Like this functional final dungeon, because big spooky enemies and tough guys. And arrows in a chest that might as well have not been there. I know. Like, why are you randomly giving me arrows? What is it for? Couldn't you have given me some money? Were you not having an did you have a shop at this point of the game, or did this come in later? Like, it's weird when a game falls apart at a very specific spot. When your game just completely flatlines at a very specific moment, it says something about your development cycle. It says a lot about your development cycle. It says so much, in fact, that it's kind of creepy. It's like I can see in your brain. What could possibly be in the chest? It's a regular ass key. Did I need one? I probably did. Why are those spikes there? I'm not gonna go down there and get caught on those spikes, so why put them there? Wow. Like this thing, again. This isn't done often enough that I can... It's just falling apart at the seams, completely. Even the boss is just dreadful. It's not impossible or any of that, and it's just kind of
No, I'm dead now. I'm gonna die. Bye-bye.
I'm just gonna fall over and pretend that nothing happened. If my mom calls, tell her I'll be home at 6. If my dad calls, just tell him to fritz off. I like I went from using the sun rays to, you know, burn some ships to death rays. My, Archimedes, you are a busy, busy man. Especially for someone they imported from Greek. Like, Greece is known for having very busy export. Look at that! I already have it on my back. It doesn't have the icon of light, which it's just like, why is it this Crusader cross thing? Why is it this Legend of Zelda shield except for the fact that it's not brown? Like, come on! It even gives you this energy shield that does nothing. This does nothing. This is here to make you think it does something, but it doesn't. It's cool that it's actually centered on the shield, but it doesn't serve any function. It serves one function, actually. But literally just that one function. Oh, it doesn't serve that function. That's actually just what your character does. So that shield is just there for no reason. It's just like, hey, we wanted to put in something fancy. I'm like, really? You spent time and resources making this? It repels enemies, I guess. But I don't really need to repel enemies like that. Like, my shield can usually do that for me, you know? Experience. Oh, man, I need a 4,000. Whoa. Some of you might cleverly note that I have yet to fish. I'm gonna leave it at that. Big bad motorcycle outside going... It wasn't over... Oh yeah, it was up that ladder, because... You know, it makes sense to backtrack, literally backtrack in a dungeon for this. You could say what you want about Ocarina of Time and all those wacky Zelda dungeons that really don't function that well, but... At least they didn't make you literally go back. Also, I need to kill this guy with a laser. Yeah. Blast them. The one thing I will say, at least they didn't tie anything to frame rates. Going up the ladder on the maintenance floor. Good job, kid. Good job. Just good job. Man, there was a circus here yesterday. That was neat. Also, if you're curious, I don't think that laser light reflection thing is used that often. Used with caution, aka used to solve puzzle. This! Interesting that it's here. Not something I expected to see. Like, for me, this was out of the blue that it did something neat like this, you know? It always did these weird random supplies. Things like, oh, you might need this. Oh, look, Weem's playing Ark Survivor's Fall. He's really liking that game. I'm happy for the guy. He's really having a blast with it. He's doing it with a bunch of friends, and all having fun. Having a neat base. Apparently had a server move recently. That was exciting. I don't have an exciting life. So if you came here to listen to a guy having exciting adventures in his life, the most you're going to get is someone complaining about how, you know... some people probably shouldn't use computers, and that's the best case scenario. I need to do a thing here. Damned if I know what it was. It was probably important since I don't think we picked up anything else while we were here. All this stuff is here for no reason. Imagine if you fall down the pit, you just sort of fall. I'll see when I actually solve this. Well, we can always try the bottom path, I guess. Guess I should have gone here first in the first place. Oh, well. What? I like it, this is just a button. Just like, oh, it's just a button. Button, solve problem. No. Like, I want to, like, this is my kind of logic. I guess. This is, no, actually, I think, and I usually don't contextualize. Like, I leave out details that go on in my head that I forget to mention. But, I don't think I'd ever do this. When I say his arrow drawing animation is stiff as a board, and it makes it look really awkwardly slow. And repelling shield. Neat. But whatever. Oh man. We're going to Graveyard Island next because I think that is where we acquire the heal spell, which I would really like to have right about now. Heal spell is not bad. It's not great. I think it's actually pretty good. Eh, we'll get there when we get there. If people want me to, I'll go and catch all the fish. Get all the achievements, but I don't care. Fishing's not that interesting. And I think that mouse is actually significantly better for it. To the point that it's just like, are these the same controls? I think they fixed it, though. I don't know. I got this using force in this area. It's the big key. What else would it be? Why is this statue or why is this block here? Neither of them serve any particular purpose other than to mislead me. I like red herrings, but not in an environment that doesn't warrant them. Look at these things with little fuel cans on their back. In case you were uncertain as to whether or not they were machines or not.
Like, are they robots? Well, they got big red cylinders on their backs.
And then someone just goes, no shit, Sherlock, and everyone's like, come on, that's rude. That's a really big beam. I'm gonna try. I really didn't even need mana, did I? I guess I needed to use force, but I guess you could probably work your way around that too. I'll just beat this place. Make it a nice, long, chunky episode. There's more chunk coming up next time anyway. I still love that term, super chunk. I remember the boss actually uses this. Although not in the way that Ocarina of Time did. Ocarina of Time's use was kind of like, ugh, you could have just not done that, you know. What do we get for our troubles? We get 10 arrows for no particular reason, and we get 10 bombs! Despite arrows, whatever. Don't question the rhetoric. We can question the logic when we get to King Dugan's dungeon. Which is not in this game. Wait a moment, wait a moment, wait a moment. Never mind, I just broke everything. Hello, tricky old tree geezer.
Why isn't this working? What am I missing? Do you hear me, Master?
I don't want this collect call to last any longer than it should. It's expensive. Ow!
I sense the power of the gods, emblems of creation. The order will be restored. I will resurrect as your god.
Look at my fancy layering. I've got a spooky spine and a scary skeleton head. Spiritus Ex Machina! Well, I guess he is suspended in midair, so that joke double works. Come on, pretty boy. Doesn't work that well if the camera just focuses on it, does it? And now comes the kind of... Oh, this is the part that sucks. So he's like, abracadabra, abracazeus. Spooky, scary missile launchers activate for no... missile launchers? What? Why are there spooky, scary rocket things now? That also have AoE. Like, don't question it. questioning it ruins the magic, even if there is no magic. It doesn't matter if there's magic or not. It just matters if I say there is or not. For some reason, I was expending stamina on like, I just can't. This boss fight is so bad! It's not fun is the problem. It's like the only question you're gonna ask is, what is Mesmeroth? Why is he being a dipshit about it? Like, the amount. Just the audacity. Ah. Oh no! Spooky, scary skeleton ghost doesn't feel like...
defeat means nothing. It has already begun.
My investment plan in timeshare! The spookiest kind of investment. Now the amulet turned into the emblem, because of course it does. Deus Ex Machinas, by the way, were crane suspension units used to suspend actors over a stage to give them the impression of some sort of power. You're missing a little dot. Or is that just me? Why are there two depictions of your emblem, one with the dot and one without it? It's very confusing to have inconsistent... Oh, I see why. I see why. Because there's a super emblem. Dumb. If you skip this cutscene, this island does not sink back into the ocean, and you need to rewatch the cutscene to make it go into the ocean. Because poor programming is just kind of skipping and cutting a couple of edges. Anyway, we can come and go as we leave now.
To describe our gratitude. You brought back the hope that Arcadia can be restored.
Can I just smack you upside the head?
Is back in the power grid. Its power flows through the ancient kingdom.
I want to smack you. Just like,
we were
whack.
shocked to find out Mesmeroth's spirit was lurking inside our machines all this time. I'm afraid the program is still active, and its purpose is to resurrect Mesmeroth himself.
Then isn't connecting it to everything a terrible idea?
Interface destroyed. The only way for Mesmeroth's resurrection is to move into another machine. And the only Arcadian machine left is Living Fortress Oceanhorn.
It's a very specific name.
But for the first time in the history of Sky People, our studies pay off.
Before, they were just kind of useless.
Open the door to Arcadia ruins for you.
Here, just use the Simon Says. Also, you have to say open sesame seed, but... How can you fix a boat if you've been suspended in air for so long? How do you even know what a boat is? Like, it took 1,000 years. Why would you people even remotely know what a boat is supposed to be? That information does not carry over generations like that, you know? Hey, dip. I was being such a baby about it. How many coins do I have? It won't tell me. I have almost enough to buy that fresh heart. Which I will want, presumably. No, I'm dying. I'm dead now. How he just sort of lurches over. He's like, oh man,
I guess I'm gonna be dead now.
Guess I'm gonna have to give up on that living thing I had going. Oh, it was a good time. But you can't keep doing stuff forever. Even if you're an immortal machine. Wait a second, we still gotta talk to that guy who's constantly shouting all the time. I'm sure he's got something informative to tell us. Yep. So are you gonna rename this to something else? Because Sky Island isn't exactly descriptive anymore. You know, Sky Island works if you're into sky, but... We're on the ground! Great. I could use those extra bombs. Like how bombs are better than arrows. Kinda dumb. It's kinda dumb. So, a couple of islands unlocked. Graveyard Island, which is going to go next. Home Island. Going to go to that a little later. Arcadian Ruins. It's going to be a while until we go there, because that is the literal final area of the game. We are going to Graveyard Island. Whoa, what am I... It's probably a chest I don't give a darn about. Forest. If it's not a bloodstone, I don't care. Beep boop beep boop. Is it a good... I guess it is. If you've ever read that old Mariner story, you know all about albatrosses. Forgot the title of it, though. That's not a good sign. I'll be lost at sea, and I'll be cursed to tell my story to other people. And I'll bore them to death with it. It's like, hey, are you going to a kick-ass party? Gonna have to stop you there, kid. I have to tell you about the super boring story when I got cursed by a nondescript deity. I might have been cursed. I'm not gonna specify anything for you. And the symbolism's gonna be additionally vague. You'll have to figure it out. Postscript.
The air feels sinister. There are thousands of graves all over the place. Some belonging to nobles and knights of old. Most graves have been looted by thieves a long time ago.
Can I get a saved prompt? Because that would just be spiffy. You can fish there if you want to get the ghost fish. Ghost fish is weird because he has like inverted controls for the fishing portion. You didn't do a good job if that's the case. You might want to ask for a refund. Well, there's a hut up there I guess we could visit. Like, this is the main portion. This is like the smaller portion-esque area. This place is atmospheric. It also has Dombe the Gravekeeper, because you can't make a Zelda clone without using Dombe. Or Dampé. Let me open this door with my little hand. Guess Dompy doesn't want me sneaking around his stuff. Oh, humbug. See you guys next time. we're gonna explore the spookiest, scariest island of them all. An island quite literally named after a spooky, scary place. Because someone was taking a day off.